I like you, you like me. If I like you, you like me. If I like you, yeah. If I like you, if I like you, you like me. If I like you, you like me. Why don't we? Why don't we?
Hello and welcome to a new episode of Not Another Couples Podcast. I don't know what we're doing tonight. This is sort of impromptu. I wasn't really planning to record tonight, but Megan really wanted to, so we're going to go ahead. Mostly because tomorrow, as of the night we're recording this, so it'll have been out for a few days, will be the first episode of Season 2 of Dun Dun Dun.
Yep. And we're using every opportunity the night before because we are kidless tonight.
Yep.
To go ahead and record this episode.
So, we just wanted to talk a little bit about this, but figured we could say what we've been up to here lately first. Have you been up to anything fun, Meg?
Mostly just work stuff and just staying on the grind, but just really enjoying being a toddler mom.
Fair. I'm not a huge fan of that term, the grind. Got to get on that grind set, brah. Next, you're going to tell me you're going to be buying fake money on the internet.
I enjoy working. I'm one of the few people out there that gets to say that what they do for a job is what they want to do in life. I mean, it's called work by name only, but I love my job.
I get it. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
I, of course, have been real busy with work, too, but have really been enjoying some video game time here lately, trying to plan to get back on stream soon, but I'm about probably 30% of the way done with Death Stranding 2, started it like a week ago, and man, is this the best game I've played in a couple years, I think. It's incredible.
The premise is weird, in my opinion.
It is weird. It's like the Neon Genesis of video games.
Every time you tell me about something new that develops with the plot or like a new thing that comes up, I'm like, how does that fit with the rest of...
It's about...
Yeah, it's odd. I have a hard time following it when you describe it to me, I'll be honest.
It's about the indomitable human spirit, but the human spirit's only indomitable when the human part is plural.
Sure.
It's all about connectedness.
I get that, but the rest of the stuff that comes along with it that you've told me about just, I'm sorry, makes almost no sense.
Sure. It's a game about grief and friendship and parenthood, and it's really good.
Which is part of the reason probably why I won't play this game. I mean, the premise of it is interesting where you get to explore and just drop off packages and maybe fight a couple of
ghosts,
weird otherworldly beings, but yeah, the plot to me would be a little bit triggering. I'm such a sensitive soul, so
yeah, it kind of goes with what we're talking about tonight. Both of them are full of nope, Earth's haunted.
No, yeah. Let's get into our topic. Actually,
yeah. This anime, and I'm going to say this again at the end, but I promise we're not an anime podcast.
No, we're trying not to. But
that's just been an easy thing to talk about to get several episodes out at once because we can binge an anime series.
And I mean, not to mention, this is going to be a little bit different than the others we've watched with the anime, like the Ghibli episode we did. Those were several movies, hours and hours and hours long. We did our Full Metal Alchemist one that was several seasons long. We have a One Piece episode, which I'm not sure if at the time of this recording it should be out by then. But now we are doing Dan Da Dan. But Dan Da Dan at this point in time, before season 2, right before season 2 comes out, is only like 12 episodes long?
Something like that.
So it's a lot more digestible.
I would say we've talked about a lot of different kinds of anime at the very least. We've talked about fight anime, like combat anime, which like shonen, like One Piece. We've talked about, I forget the name of like the subgenre of anime for what Full Metal is, but it's in there with like Vinland Saga and Berserk, where it's like more introspective and philosophical. And I actually looked up the term for the type of subgenre that of anime that Dan Da Dan is called shoujo anime or manga.
Yes, soju is something else, huh?
Soju is definitely something else. We've learned that here recently. So shoujo anime and manga is a subgenre of anime and manga that primarily is focused on a young female audience, typically characterized by a focus on personal growth and romantic relationships. but it does also blend in humor and horror and a bunch of other things.
What other anime would fall under that category? Does it say?
No, but I can go off the top of my head and say Inuyasha.
Yeah.
It all kind of focuses in on slice of life. Like there's a lot of, I think,
that sounds
crossover.
like closer to what I would like for an anime, at least.
Hold on, let me check other shoujo anime because I'm curious. Ouran High School Host Club fits into that genre.
I don't know if it does, because it doesn't exactly focus on any otherworldly stuff. It's really, yes, a slice of life, but it's just on the relationships between the main characters and side characters.
I'm just saying what's on my anime list. Sailor Moon, Fruits Basket.
Sailor Moon, yes. Fruits Basket, yes.
My Little Monster, Cardcaptor Sakura. I haven't seen like any of these. I won't keep doing this. No, this says Madoka Magica.
I don't know.
I've been wanting to watch Madoka Magica for a minute. It's supposed to be incredible. In the little that I have seen, it does sound like it's probably really incredible.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about Cardcaptor Sakura too, to be fair. Though it's really just not my thing, which is weird because this really is my thing. I love this anime.
It was not at first. Segue.
Yeah, you were very adversarial to watching this, which is part of the continuing saga of you not taking my recommendations for things and then loving them.
You're not always right.
But I'm right a lot.
What's that saying we have between ourselves about me?
Oh, you say I'm right sometimes, and I'm like, you're really hedging your bets with that one.
I just don't like to say that I'm always right, because when I'm wrong, I eat crow, and I don't like that.
That's fair.
And karma will come after me. I'm a firm believer in karma.
Here lately, we've had a continuing trope of we need to get this thing at the grocery store. It's like, no, we got it.
And then like, are you sure? Yeah, I think so. You think? And
then we buy it, and we get home, and I'm like, here are those chocolate chips.
Well, hey, now we got double chocolate chips. Is that really a bad thing?
That's fair. I'll take it.
But no, well, the reason I was fighting you so hard on this is, the only impression that I had at that point was the few clips on TikTok that I had seen of the first and second episode, I want to say.
That's fair. This show's got a lot of weird in it. This one took me and Caro to get you to watch it. We were in Atlanta.
Yes.
And you finally broke because we bullied you.
We had plenty of free time before we were supposed to go to that Stray Kids concert. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. I would rather stay at our Airbnb.
You'd rather stay?
I'd rather stay with a stay at an Airbnb and watch some Netflix rather than go out and get hot and sweaty when we were going to be standing in line for hours anyway. So we, turned on Netflix.
Someone else's Netflix. Whoever left it logged in at the Airbnb. So, whoever you are, sorry. I messed up your recommendations.
Yeah, their recommendations list is definitely messed up now.
We watched Dandadan, Letterkenny, and I think I put on some JoJo's for a minute.
No, I convinced you not to put on JoJo's. I mean, I think it was 3 episodes in, and what was it you said? I leaned back in my chair and I folded my arms.
Yeah, you have this thing you do when you're like, I don't know about this, but then you're like, okay, I'm locked in. You kind of lean back, you kind of bite your lower lip a little, and you fold your arms, and you're like, okay, I'm thinking about this thing now. And it's almost like, I feel like you're mad that you like it.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I'm mad that you were right again.
What can I say?
But it's kind of I think of this equating to the first time I watched the first few episodes of Steven Universe, actually, because this was kind of the same scenario. Definitely not the same type of plot or anything related, but Steven Universe, the first few episodes, the first 6 episodes are weird, and especially if you know nothing about Steven Universe, and to watch those, they're like, hey, if you can get through the first 6 episodes, it gets really good, I promise. This was the same thing.
It's like jumping into a pool where the water's kind of cold. You don't like it at first, and then a few minutes later, it's like, okay, this is fine.
Exactly. You got to acclimate to it. But no, I'm a fan. I'm a fan now. And the theme song is an
The-
earworm.
The greatest bop in like the last 5 to 10 years of anime.
Yeah, it really is. I was not a fan at first because you play that every single time we go somewhere in the car together. Every single time you put that song on, and it got annoying. But then I started watching the anime, and I'm like, oh, okay.
She's got a lot of bounce to it. It's a real like
Yeah.
real bouncy song. I'm here for it.
That being said, this led into us. I couldn't believe we actually found the time to do this between being toddler parents and with your day schedule for work and my nighttime schedule. Because you work during the day, I work during the night. So we flip-flop our schedules. But we actually managed to find time in a Wednesday afternoon to go see the dub of the Dan movie.
Dandadan Evil Eye, which is a recap of the final episode of the first season and the first 3 episodes of the newest season. You get the Evil Eye arc all together as a movie. Brought back the characters we know and love in a new location. I didn't put this on our list of prep, Meg, but the first thing I want to say about this is the cliffhanger for the end of season 1 of Dandadan is probably the most annoying cliffhanger ending for a season of anime of any anime I have ever seen ever.
Okay.
F that.
To end a season, yes, I was more annoyed by the movie.
It did it again.
It was
hold on. Spoilers for
Spoilers,
Dandadan
yes.
Evil Eye. We're going to be talking about the first 3 episodes of Dandadan. When this comes out, you'll only have access to one of those. We'll try to keep the spoilers spoiler light.
We're going to try to
this
keep it
is
to a
not
minimum.
spoiler friendly.
Yeah, not totally, but we're going to do our best at least. But if you have not seen, by the time this episode comes out, the Dandadan movie, or you haven't seen the first 3 episodes of season 2, like he said, we're going to have a couple spoilers in there. But no, I was so annoyed, and I should have seen it coming. Because they leave episodes on cliffhangers most of the time anyway. And they did it with the end of season 1. I should have guessed that the movie would also end in a worse cliffhanger. I sat there in the movie and it was getting to the last 30 seconds and we're watching this part and I'm like, no, they're not going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Son of a biscuit-eating Frenchman, they did it! They put it on a freaking cliffhanger. I knew it, and I was so mad.
No respect. And not to mention the end of season 1 ends on a intense, almost trigger warning worthy ending
Oh yeah.
of some like assaulty type of stuff.
It
Very-
turns out fine.
Yeah, very uncomfy.
It turns out fine, but it puts you on that edge for the ending of the season 1. But it does turn out fine. I think that's definitely okay to say.
At least the creeps all get their comeuppance several times in several occasions.
And the way, like, their reasoning for how that suddenly turns out fine, I love that because that's a great explanation. So
I thought it was hilarious that the like leader of the family looks so much like Ivankov from One Piece. Except I love Ivankov and this person sucks.
was awful.
Granny Afro, no thank you.
With the, I think she didn't have a unibrow.
She
did
was the owner of the local gun store, as best I could tell. When you see her at the very beginning, she's in a fire. She's like sitting at the counter at her firearms store.
And they bully Gigi so badly.
Yeah. To that point, before we get into that, I forgot to put down the monster I loved, the Alaskan bullworm. No, it was the Mongolian deathworm.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with this particular cryptid?
I know a little bit about it, but I mean, not enough to know what it was. Like, I had heard of that cryptid before. I'd heard of it, but I didn't know enough about it.
So I'm relatively familiar with the Mongolian deathworm myths because it's referenced in a lot of science fantasy. In The Hobbit, the original J.R.R. Tolkien's original draft of The Hobbit, when Bilbo says, it's like he's kind of got his red up there when the dwarves are like, we can't take this busybody with us on our adventure. He's like, I'll go to the furthest easts of Cambodia, or what's he say? I'll go to the furthest easts of Mongolia and fight the last worm in the last desert. And the original translation is like worm, WROM. And it's possible that Tolkien was, I mean, I'm not quoting it exactly right, but it's quite possible that Tolkien was referencing myths about the Mongolian deathworm. And of course, that is central to Dune and the sandworms in Dune, which then we also get in Beetlejuice.
I just have to go on record and say this. He cannot go one episode without mentioning Lord of the Rings. I love you. I think it's hilarious.
I know things about things.
Sometimes you know a little too much about things.
Yeah, but the Mongolian deathworm is sort of an interesting myth because there are animals that are sort of similar to that, but not really. Not with the ability to hypnotize other living beings and things.
I was going to say, how much creative liberty did they take with that?
I've never heard about Mongolian deathworm myths that involve hypnotism or like influencing a person's mind.
Right?
Typically, they're like 3-foot long worm snakes that burrow through the sand and will attempt to eat a person.
They did say that this was like a very unusually large one, and it had been living underneath
due to being fed. It's like in real life, a reptile, if you keep it in captivity, will grow to whatever size its tank is and whatever size you feed it.
The same
so like a Gila monster can be anywhere from a foot long to like 5 feet long if you keep it in a big enough enclosure with enough food.
You see the same case with like sharks and crocodiles too. So
probably drawing from some of that. Which is really interesting. But I thought it was a cool monster. The sound effects of the was very Dune.
Ooh.
It was very good.
No, but I thought that was like a really cool, like, oh, this is the actual cause of it. And, you know.
That's a movie we should watch too and talk about on podcasts is Dune. We can watch the various versions.
I feel like that's one of those where you have to read the book first to know.
Nah, you don't.
No?
Nah.
Okay. Yeah, there were actually quite a few moments in this too that like they hit a little heavy.
Yeah. Speaking of the monster being big because it's been fed, and some of the history in the show that it gives, like the background, made you very sad. Feeding kids to this big old monster.
I am so sensitive about kids. If you knew me, I'm very, very sensitive about anything negative towards children. That's kind of a trigger of mine. But you know, I kind of have to ask a little bit because I was wondering this after. Do you think everything that Gigi saw that the evil eye showed to Gigi actually happened, or do you think that that was all fake?
So if we look at myths about the evil eye,
I don't know anything about
and
this
about
myth,
yokai is a term you could use. There's another term that I'm forgetting, but it essentially is like a specter or a poltergeist, like the Japanese equivalent. If you've seen the horror movie Shudder.
Nope.
So Shudder has...
Look at who you're talking to. I've barely ever watched horror movies.
Yeah, so Shudder... And
we had a whole episode where I watched my first scary movie.
Let me check this real quick.
While he does that, please make sure you go watch that episode. It's our Halloween episode where I watched the movie Alien. That's the one I'm referring to. So go watch that episode, or what am I saying? Go listen to that episode if you have it, because you can't listen with...
So the spirit in this movie, Shudder... I guess spoilers for the 2008 horror movie Shudder. Movie takes place in Japan, and the villain of the movie is the vengeful spirit of this woman who was assaulted by this group of college students in Tokyo who took photos of the incident. You don't learn that until the very end of the movie. It's this movie where this woman is trying to help these guys who are being haunted by a spirit, and at the end you learn that they're haunting these people because they assaulted her. And the movie ends with the woman who's helping them walking away from the situation. And the final shot of the movie is you can only see the ghost in photographs, and it ends with him looking in the bathroom mirror and taking a photo, and the woman's spirit is sitting on his shoulders and like pulling at his eyelids, and the movie ends with the implication that he's just going to have to live knowing she's haunting him like that forever, which you got that same shot in Dandadan of the evil eye spirit spirit getting a piggyback ride essentially from EG in a very similar way. And
GG, not EG.
they say both.
They say GG in the
EG,
dub.
GG, Ejin. Depends on who's referring to him.
Anyway.
Momo calls him GG, but not everyone does. But yeah, and I don't think they use the term evil eye in Shudder. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. But seemed very similar. I mean, like the whole vengeful spirit trope. And I guess I'm not an expert on Japanese like occultism or mythology or
It's very interesting.
it is, and I'd love to learn more. I was just talking with my friend Ethan about how I want to get into like pick up some occult-y type books like the Minor Keys of Solomon and like some of these like demonology type books because I find it interesting.
Those books will keep me up at night if I read them. So
The Minor Keys of Solomon is one I came across, and I saw this on a TikTok, and I had to look it up myself, where it's like it's a manual for summoning devils, but it reads like someone who's been screwed over time and time again, because it's like, make sure you say that when the demon speaks to you, it speaks in your language, and make sure you say that its voice won't explode your eardrums or drive you mad. And the whole book reads like that, where it's like, make sure you add this clause. Which
Genie Claus.
yeah, which maybe the characters in
Santa Claus.
Dun 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 should do. But yeah, it's very sad. And all of that to say, you ask, do I think that the spirit portrayed the events exactly as they happened? No, probably not. I think that my take on it is something bad happened to that particular spirit. It's worth noting that that's not a single spirit. It seems to be the amalgamated spirits of everyone that family sacrificed. Yeah. So it's like we are legion for we are many, or at least there's like one spirit driving the car and the rest are in its like soccer ball.
Yeah.
But it's very the vengeful spirits of the dead. So my guess is, much like anyone who's been through trauma, memories of that trauma are remembered through the lens of trauma. Like PTSD isn't perfect recall, it's traumatic. So that's colored by that lens. And I figure that's probably the case in this.
Okay. I think I was sort of kind of going off that vibe too, but I wasn't sure. I mean, oh boy.
Yeah.
It definitely manipulated Gigi.
Yeah.
By far. I found it interesting that the evil eye took the form of the little boy with the bowl cut instead of keeping its original form of the albino. Which, yeah, that was very interesting.
Yeah, because it's both.
Exactly.
It's a chimera of spirits of sorts.
It is now with Gigi.
Yeah.
So
speaking of that, also that character design was fresh as hell. It looked so good. His like haunted mode looks dope. Looks so cool.
I kind of want the earrings a little bit.
Kind of want the earrings. Noted. You don't wear big earrings like that.
No,
though.
that's why I said I kind of want them. They just look cool.
Love it.
For reference, I don't like to wear large earrings because they pull down at my ears and I have attached earlobes, so it hurts my head. So
I have been reading the manga, and the rules that end up getting attached to Gigi in his form are really neat down the road.
I have not read the manga, so no
I won't
spoilers
spoil
on
you.
that, please.
But yeah, speaking of other characters, our boy Okaroon, Mr. Ken, Takakura got a big glow up in this. He comes off really well in this whole thing. And I love that the anime lets him start off little nerd boy. And not that he stops being nerd boy, but he gets, like, you can see the payout for like all the episodes of him working out and stuff.
I just have to say, like, my favorite moment was where they had them trapped.
You made 3 mistakes.
You made 3 mistakes, and then he was just talking about, like, you hurt Momo. Yeah. You hurt my girl. I said, yes!
The first thing you did was hit Momo. Nobody touches my babe. And, the second thing you did was you hurt my friend. And the third thing you did was you fucked with me.
No, it was you pissed me off.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
I know. It was so good.
Ah.
He had the power of God and anime on his side, and the power of squats on his side.
I wish when we were in the theater that everybody else matched the energy because I wanted to scream, "Yes, baby!" in that theater so hard.
It was very, very good.
It was so good, man.
I haven't rooted for a character as much as I do Okaroon in an anime in a minute.
What I like too is that they make both sides of him so likable.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's just a good guy with some terrible self-esteem issues. Where are his parents?
I've often wondered that too. Like, is he not missed or something? That's another underlying. Is that not explained in the manga yet?
Not that I've come across.
That's probably one of the biggest questions of this anime. Then of this this whole story.
Speaking of likable characters, did that make Turbo Granny more likable?
Yes.
Yeah,
You put her in a cute cat body and kept that cat body with a crotchety old woman voice. Yes, absolutely.
These bastards are gonna leave me here to die. She feels like if she was a golden girl, she'd fit right in.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I think, can you just imagine Turbo Granny voiced by B. Arthur?
She and B. Arthur would just vibe so well. I love it. I would pay to watch the next season of Golden Girls with Turbo Granny involved. I would do it.
She'd never let Rose get a word across edgewise.
Yeah, because not only do I just love the Golden Girls, but yeah, Turbo Granny's quickly become one of my favorite characters now. So
I'm now just picturing in Golden Girls this cat on the counter and Rose saying something and shut your mouth, you hussy, and hand me a piece of cheesecake. I broke Megan. I can't do a good Turbo Granny. I'm going to have to work on that. But the one sad thing is we didn't get to hear a new opener in the movie, but I assume there's going to be a new opener tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm sad because Creepy Nuts opener is so good.
I know. Like,
I love that at the end at Crunchyroll Anime Awards, they were up against themselves.
I know, right? Like, with, it's pronounced Marshall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Both are equally awesome. And yeah.
But I've seen 2 episodes of Mashal Might and Magic. I like it. I didn't realize the main character was going to be, what is it when...
Dumb jock?
Yeah, but like really well-intentioned, like nice dumb jock, like real good boy energy.
Golden
like,
retriever?
Yeah, there's another term though. It's oh God.
It'll come to you.
Yeah, it's going to come to me in a minute. But it's like, like too dumb to do wrong. Yeah.
A lovable idiot.
Yeah, lovable meathead.
Yeah. But no, I hope Creepy Nuts also does the opener for this one again. Because it's probably one of the most streamed like anime opening songs in a long time. And if they're smart, they would keep Creepy
Himbo.
Nuts. A himbo, yes.
Sorry.
That really was all I was going to say. If they're smart, they'll pick the same artist again to keep to go with the opener for season 2.
Yeah, that hopefully. Creepy Nuts needs to do more intros. They're just great.
Mm-hmm. He's only just getting started, I think.
Is it I thought it's 2 people. I thought it was a duo.
I thought it was just one.
I'm going to have to look it up later.
One guy.
I don't know for sure. I'm probably wrong. It is worth noting this is probably not an anime for new watchers.
Absolutely not.
It's got some weird in it.
Like,
it's got a lot of weird in it.
Yeah, you'd have to like. You've heard in other episodes, we've been anime fans since probably childhood. Easy to say.
And this is one of many anime I've seen where it's like my mom is going to walk into the room at the wrong moment of the wrong episode, and I'm not going to be able to explain.
Food Wars is up on the docket, by the way, to eventually watch that. But there's other stuff I want to watch first. So.
Food Wars is a whole ass minefield. It's great.
Exactly. Yeah, that definitely is. This anime definitely is one of those like. If somebody walks in at the right time, it's not good. So if somebody walks in at the wrong time. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me tonight? No, definitely not for new watchers. It was even hard for me to watch the first couple episodes as an anime veteran, but oh wow.
We both have side characters we like and dislike. Tell me your favorite side character and your least favorite and why you hate them.
Oh, side character. Probably my most favorite is, well, would you consider her is Turbo Granny considered a main or side character? No,
side character.
Yeah,
secondary.
She's easily my favorite. Seiko's okay. She does get a little bit like, oh, come on now, like type of thing, but she's pretty awesome.
Grandma,
yeah. But no, easily a side character that I absolutely cannot stand, and they make her to be hateable, is Ira. They literally make her to be hateable. She's
that one girl in youth group.
Oh, I swear. She's like, what's the name of Amanda Bynes' character from Easy A?
Yeah, she's that one girl in youth group.
She's that one, like the self-righteous Christian popular girl.
I haven't. Is Easy A that like Scarlet Letter, but it's in high school? Okay.
Yes, it is with Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, no, I absolutely hate Ira. And she will not listen to reason. And it was cool when she got her power up, but that's just like, oh, great. You actually made her so that she can contribute to the group now. Great. Now she has to stick around. Great. Just, no. I'm sorry. For those who do like Ira, I don't know how you like her. Respect if you do, but no, I really cannot stand Ira. I'm just one of those just like, yo, look, shut up.
She's that one girl at your Christian college. Here, I brought you a fork and knife to eat that banana. We don't want to lead the young men astray.
I can't help it that I'm pretty.
Yeah.
It's also not quite. It's still Amanda Bynes' character from Easy A, but she also has a touch of Regina George.
Yeah, maybe a little.
I love that movie, by the way. I love that movie.
Great movie. But yeah,
we need to talk briefly about that for a second. I convinced you to watch Mean Girls a long time ago.
It was great.
And you were like, oh my God, does this actually happen? I said, to a certain degree, yes, it does happen.
It was great. And you get a little bit of that in Dandadan with Ira, like I started a rumor about Momo being a slut.
That's why I'm saying it's Amanda Bynes and Easy A plus Regina George. They make her hateable.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah. I think Granny Seiko's great. Big fan of Granny Seiko. Because she's mean. She's a mean grandma. But also, like, at the end, like, she's always got them. Like, she's letting all these people eat at her house.
Yeah. And she does always cook for them.
And not just sandwich, like, not just peanut butter sandwiches. She's buying sushi for
she makes good
for
food
the crew.
For them, yeah.
That was my house a lot of the time growing up, where all my friends would come over to hang out. Don't forget, though,
that the whole reason they went to go help Gigi is because she convinced them that they lost their school uniforms. They got destroyed in the Loch Ness Monster and alien incident. And then she said, if you go help Gigi, I'll buy you all the school uniforms you'll ever need.
Mm-hmm. And we'll get back to that. But I will say, I don't like Gigi. He's so annoying.
He's grown on me a little bit.
The movie helped.
Yeah.
I'm coming around. But for season 1, dude got on my nerves. Dude's too happy all the time.
I kind of like him.
No. It's too fake. Everything about it it's so performative.
Carol really likes him.
I don't.
I kind of wish I would. He's so random sometimes with some of his statements, and that's what kind of makes him endearing. So
let me put another hat on and put another hat on you and see if you still say that.
Okay.
I'm going to put you used to be a substitute teacher hat on. If you had a class and you had Gigi in there.
Oh no, go sit your butt down.
Yeah, hitting up all the girls for phone numbers and being like, I got you to you as a teacher, you'd be done with it.
No, the I got you personality. I have met boys like that. Yeah. Are you kidding? Like, when I say boys, I mean, like you said, as a substitute teacher. As an adult, I've met teenage boys that do that. Like, okay, yes, you're annoying, but as long as you're not causing any harm, fine. Just go take your seat, go do your work, and we're fine. But if you are purposely disrupting class, boy, go sit your butt down.
That's the 5th girl you've called a, quote, cutie. Please stop. But yeah, there's a lot of other.
Hey, no, like I'm going to say one more thing to that. If the girls don't mind, like none of these girls really do, then okay. But if they are obviously annoyed or being harassed, boy, go sit your butt down or I'm putting you in the office.
But yeah, there's a lot of anime that this is inspired by and a lot of references. I wanted to talk about some of the references. So my favorite, I love Godzilla movies, and my favorite is Shin Godzilla. They had Nessie Godzilla do the Shin Godzilla like build up to the radiation beam, the atomic breath for Godzilla. Great reference. I don't know if you noticed, Shrimp's spaceship looked like the Millennium Falcon in one shot.
I thought it was, no, actually, yeah, it did. I completely forgot about that.
That might have just been in the manga, now that I'm thinking about it.
I want to say, though, in the anime, it was like the typical, like, round disc, silver, classic alien ship.
And of course, the aliens are disguised as Peter Griffin because they looked up what a normal man looks like, and they got Family Guy.
Yeah, no, that just added to the extra level of creepiness.
Like someone asked you to draw Peter Griffin from memory.
Yeah, but made him skinny.
And you were also trying to remember what a person looks like.
What is this about, like, Ultraman poses?
Oh, the Serpoans do Ultraman poses from the Japanese TV show Ultraman. Have you never seen Ultraman? Do you know who Ultraman is?
I don't think I do.
Oh my God, Megan. It's up there with like Power Rangers of like Super Sentai type of like Saturday morning live action. It's a dude in a suit fighting other dudes in rubber suits where they're meant to be. So Ultraman is a scientist who turns into a giant robot man to fight kaiju.
Okay. No, I can get behind that.
They revived it in America in the early 2000s, but I don't think it's ever stopped airing in Japan. Hold on. I have to show you a picture of Ultraman. I know you've seen this dude.
Oh, no, wait. I have seen pictures of Ultraman before. Okay.
We're going to have to watch some Ultraman sometime just for funsies. It's been on air for forever.
That's probably why it doesn't get talked about on the internet, is because it's just everybody. It's so much into the zeitgeist now that nobody ever talks about it because it's assumed everybody knows. So.
Ultraman and his friends in the Science Patrol, their first show premiered in 1966 as the Science Patrol battles against giant monsters and sinister aliens that threaten Earth with the help of their friend, the giant alien robot Ultraman, who's actually a dude.
Just a dude. Well, I guess that's another segue into our next talking point about what's on our watch list. So
yeah,
maybe
I'm trying to get you
add that to the docket. I already mentioned Food Wars.
Yeah, talking about watching some Food Wars. Now I want to get you to watch Dune. Anything else?
Letterkenny.
I
really want to start watching. You've already watched most, if not all of it.
I haven't seen the last season.
Yeah.
I finally finished Severance. Oh my God. Some of the best TV I've seen in forever. There's a lot of Apple TV I want to watch. I want to check out the Foundations, which is like a space opera sci-fi. I want to see Silo. I'm behind a season on Squid Game, and now the third season's out.
I have some feelings about Squid Game. Now, I won't get too far into it because this could be a whole other episode itself. I watched the first season of Squid Game, loved it. After that, my personal feelings on it, any season after season 1 is a cash grab. And the fact that they're still going with it, it's just a monetized thing now. And it kind of gives me an ick. But, yeah. I want to also give recommendations over things we have watched recently.
I will add in one more and something I might try to get you to watch with me. That's an anime that's upcoming. Like it hasn't really started yet, I think. Or maybe it has. It has. But I heard about it on a podcast I was listening to recently. I want to check it out. Called Rock is a Lady's Modesty, which is in that same like shoujo category, actually. But it's sort of School of Rock-ish / like Oregon High School Host Club. Where it's about a girl who has to go to like the rich kid private school and gives up being like playing guitar in a band only to learn that like some of the other girls at the school also are into rock music, and they start meeting at a warehouse to form a secret rock band.
Of course you'd be into that.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
That's definitely up your alley.
So I'm going to check that one out. I'll let you know if it's good.
Yeah. What was the Korean cooking show we just finished?
Culinary Class War.
Culinary Class Wars.
And another season of that's coming up.
That was so good. You have to go watch it. It's on Netflix. Please go give it some love. It's so good.
Otherwise, I've been playing more games than I've been watching things. That's not completely true. They're about to finish out the first book of The Wizard, the Witch, and the Wild One, a podcast by Brennan Lee Mulligan, Lou Wilson, Erika Ishii, and Abria Iyengar. It is the best D&D actual play podcast I've ever listened to or seen. And then they're also doing on Dimension 20 Cloudward Ho, the steampunk season, and it's been incredible.
Not sponsored. But.
No, but I like them a lot.
I want to give one more recommendation, though. This is probably on everybody's Netflix favorite list right now is K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh, it was so good.
It was so good. I am surprised that you liked this movie.
I liked it a lot.
You're not a K-pop person.
But I still like good cinema.
You still like good cinema, but you just admitted right before we started recording that you had the album playing all through the day today.
Oh, there's some bops in it. It's great.
I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, several of the voices are voiced by K-pop powerhouses, and they even have a version by Twice.
Yeah.
So of course it's great, and it specifically engineered a lot of these to be stuck in people's heads. But now it's also at this point in time, early July, that now it's coming out.
It's been greenlit for a second movie.
I sure hope it has, because apparently it's come out now from the writers that they had to cut an hour and a half worth of content because Netflix said keep it short.
Didn't I tell you? That was my main complaint. I was literally about to say this. Thank you for vindicating me. I thought it was a great movie. It was excellent. It was well animated. The art style was unique and cool and crisp and clean. The music was incredible. The voice acting was great. The story was good, but it felt like
it was rushed.
Several sequences were cut from the movie. Like at the beginning, like they kind of jump in medias res almost without setting up the characters in full. And then I feel like a scene was missing in between when she goes to like the teacher and is like, I am going to embrace who I am and end this world. And then she gets there and she's like, no, come back, my sisters. And it feels like something like was missed in there.
Something was missing there, yeah.
There's several things where I was just like, oh, great movie. You skipped a scene.
And we could have had more Rumi and Ginu.
Hopefully the sequel will fix that.
That's what a lot of fans, including myself, are mad about.
It has been greenlit for a sequel. I wish it was greenlit for a spin-off series.
Yeah.
I also have seen a lot of things, and I agree it'd be cool to now get like punk rock Demon Hunters and right?
That was our dog Pepper.
Get other genres and countries of music in there, I think would be pretty dope.
Well, that's another subject that's been brought up on TikTok. A lot of people want to see that too, actually. That could go so off the rails though. Yeah. But anyway, that would definitely be like the last recommendation we have in regards to this topic. But otherwise, I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah. I want to again just say we've been doing a lot of anime stuff lately, and probably the next episode after this is going to be an anime episode. I'm sorry. But we are not an anime podcast.
No,
it's just an easy thing for us to swing some episodes in. Probably soon we'll talk about some video game stuff. I want to talk about Elden Ring and Elden Ring Night Rain.
We said we're going to also make an episode about how we met and things related to that topic.
And in a couple months, we're going to be going to another concert, and we'll talk about that. We're going to go see one of my favorite bands, Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be so fun.
I need to start doing homework and listening to them a little bit more.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for tuning in. It's been a good time. Megan, I'm sure, has a joke for us.
Yes. Okay. So you tell me if this is in poor taste, but here it goes. This is kind of a sort of Dan to Dan. I couldn't come up with anything specifically for the anime, so I came up with a ghost joke instead. Okay. What code of honor and morals does a samurai ghost follow?
Bushido.
Darn it! Yes, it's Bushido!
I win! And on that note, I'm going to end on a victory. Bye!
You like me, if I like you, yeah. If I like you. If I like you, you like me. If I like you, you like me. Why don't we?